reported that you had switched your national. You filed a one-time switch for your national allegiance, I guess. What was the? You could just talk about that, and what was the thought process behind it?
Yeah, I'm very excited to announce that I've decided to play for Mexico. The thought process was simple for me. It's the team I grew up watching. It's a way for me to honor my family, my culture. My whole family's Mexican, so it's just the team I grew up watching, the team I feel the most love towards.
How come the switch though? Like, why not initially go with them?
Well, because I started in the U.S. system. I started playing for the Sounders. The U.S. was the first team that reached out to me, and how could I give up an opportunity to play for the U.S.? The U.S. gave me a lot, and I felt so honored to represent them. But I thought it was the right moment for me to make this switch and play for the team I always wanted to.
Is there something that the U.S. Soccer Federation did or did not do that triggered this switch all of a sudden?
No, I think they did everything. They always treated me right. They gave me opportunities. They had so much belief in me, and it was just the team I wanted to play for and the team I love.
Just to be clear, this was more about a cultural switch for you, not trying to be, trying to play for that
so
team.
This decision, I left everything aside, all the benefits, everything that any national team could possibly offer me, and I just made it with my heart.
Now, have you been in talks about when, like, I'm guessing youth national team call-ups are not around the corner, just looking at the schedule, or what, like, do you know any sense of when you might actually start playing for Mexico? Or, like, has there been in talk about, we'd love for you to be at the senior camp or the Olympic camp or whatever?
Honestly, we didn't, like I said, I didn't ask for anything. They didn't offer me anything. Everything I have to earn, and whenever they call me up, they'll call me up. I'm not sure when that is.
So
I'm
there's
not sure what level it's going to be at, but that's...
So there's no level of communication with anybody from the Mexican Federation at this point in time?
They talk with the club talks to me, so that's the communication.
So it's not just you saying it. I mean, there's actual, not like the process, but I mean, there's an actual link to our communication with them that it's a possibility of being called up.
Yeah.
And such. It's not just Wait, have you? What is your experience with the team as far as watching them or anything like that, often besides television?
Well, I've never been involved in a camp, so I'm not really sure. I know they're struggling right now, but I have big hopes for them to do well in the Copa America. Hopefully, make a deep run in that. And that's it.
You've talked before about your father, and his interest in the different club teams, and obviously, seeing Raul on the club level down there. I mean, what about with the Mexican national team, or what are things? What's the scene like? I guess maybe at your house, like when the Mexican national team does play, or how fun is that? I guess.
I mean, we all tune in. I can share a little bit of my experience growing up. 2014 World Cup, I remember watching them play Netherlands, and that hurt me so much when they took that penalty and they lost. The last finals that they played against the U.S. hurt me so much. I think when I watched the teams play, I was more hurt that Mexico lost. So that just shows you could just tell inside that that's where my heart was, and so yeah.
Have you talked to any of the younger guys from the Mexico camp? Any of those guys about their experiences?
Younger here in Seattle?
No, in Mexico. Any of the guys who played with the setup?
Nah, I haven't been able to talk with them.
Do you have any concerns of what you just mentioned? I mean, the Mexico Federation is struggling. They struggle to bring youth level players all the way to the senior level, and leaving a federation that's as consistent as the U.S. has been recently?
It's the risk I'm willing to take to play for the team I love.
Having made this switch, let me start again. So just getting back in terms of soccer itself, okay? What's the opportunity does this open up for you just in terms of with this team, and then obviously the potential to play for it?
Well, they're kind of in a generational, change. They need fresh blood. They need new players. I have a lot of belief in my abilities. I think doing things correctly here, playing well here, will get me opportunities to play with the national team. So, like like I've always said, I have to earn everything. Nothing. I don't want anything to be given to me, so that's all I can do. My best here, try to perform every day to get opportunities with the national team.
Staying on that, just in terms of your play and your evolution, it seems, I assert, you're going up a little bit more and being more offensive. Has that been organic, or that's just something you've worked at?
A little bit of both. Something we've worked on a little bit more, struggling to score goals. How can we get more people on offense? And then I think also organic, because
Giving you a hard time, supportive?
no, they kind of already knew. Yeah, when you're in the locker room with these guys every day, they kind of get to know you better. They know who you are, so they're just happy for me that I finally did it, and yeah.